before, that's the way it is. I'm your host, BC. Okay, folks, sit back and listen to this. Seeing the statistics, 20 million. That's right, we're going to say it again. 20 million people from the age of 15 to 21 catches a sexual transmitted disease. Wow. And they're saying that those numbers are up because the year before it was 15 million. They're saying we're looking at healthcare costs of the up to like the $16 billion. Wow. You know what, folks? By us keeping our mouth shut, we are making some people very, very rich. Now check this out. Now what I'm saying is that if you're in a house and the sun goes down and that house turns dark, you can't blame the house. And with that being said, you have to blame yourselves because we are giving kids to raise, not to put in front of a TV and let them learn everything from the TV. That is just the wrong thing to do. But that's what so many people are doing. And they're giving them video games that are teaching them the same thing. You know what the number one thing on TV and video games and music videos, things of that nature is? Sex. Because they say sex sells. You ever heard that? Sex sells. So whenever you're doing this to your kids, that's what you're doing. You're giving them that access, and that's where they're learning it from. And you're not giving them no attention, so they don't have that, parent attention that they would get otherwise. So the first person that comes along and talks about how attractive they are, they're all on it. So who's to blame there? We are. If you're not taking care of your kids, then this can happen to you. There are so many single-parent homes out there, and there's so many teenagers that's got kids. I mean, they're having babies at 15 and 16 now. Some of us, when we was coming up, that was pretty much unheard of. But here it is, we're letting our, the generation that came after us, the ones that we're responsible for, to do this. So who's dropping the ball here, folks? You can't blame the school system. It's not the school system's responsibility to raise your kids. It's yours. The school system is a whole nother issue that I'm not even going into right now. I think that we need to take responsibility. If this is you, then take responsibility. And I'm not saying take your child's kid and raise them, your grandkid and raise them. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what I am saying, we need to stop it from happening at the get-go. It's funny on how the Bible touches on things like this. It says don't have sex till you're married. Wonder why? If you look and see what our society's doing now, you would know why. I think that we can learn so much if we just open up to the Bible. Send your kids to Sunday school and church. You get up and go with them. Because trust me, you need it just as bad as they do. If you're not sitting down with your kids and you're not talking to them and you're not explaining, hey, look, let me tell you what happened to me when I was younger, and let you know the mistakes I made. We don't want our kids to know we made mistakes. You don't want your kids to know that, hey, I was once there where you're at, and I've had those urges, and I had people talking about it, and I had opportunities, or I took opportunities, and was doing this. See, that's where you make your mistake, when you don't sit down and you don't talk to your kids and let them know what's going on. You're going to let them learn. Well, they're going to have to learn for themselves. going to devour it up. Satan is going to get your child, him and his demons, and they're going to